Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is how to create an impulse response or IR of your guitar cabinet and then use it with an amp modeler. Now, there are a ton of videos out there on how to create IRs, but for some reason, there just wasn't one out there for me to work with my brain and my equipment that I have. So I wanted to make something for you all that is pretty user-friendly and maybe even give you some options on things that you can use. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to first show you my setup. It's going to look a little bit messy, but that's mainly because of the cables that I'm using and their cable length. So I'll show you the full signal chain, how to connect it, and then I'm going to show you what to do on your computer because you'll need one of those to basically create the IR. So let's do it. All right, so here is my setup. I have my quad Cortex that is going to be my audio interface, and that is going through this USB all the way into my MacBook Pro. Now for the power amp, I'm using this Gemini XGA 2000. And then in the back here's the routing. So this guy right here, input 1, is an XLR, and that is going into right here on my interface. This is a stereo out, so you'll need some sort of mixer, or you can just go straight from your audio interface into a microphone. But I have two over here, and it's on the cab of my Fender Dual Professional SM57 Royer 121. Both are feeding this Yamaha mixer, and you can see my settings here and here. Okay, so XLR coming out of the stereo out, going into input 1 of my audio interface, aka the quad Cortex. Now, on the back of this power amp, I have this speak-on cable right here. Now, depending on what your power amp is, it might be just a speaker cable, okay? But I'm going into the bridged input right here. And it's going from here all the way into the back of my Fender Dual Professional into the speaker out. Okay, and then that side is a 1/4 inch. Okay, then I have the input. So this is channel 1 of the Gemini power amp, and this is a TRS cable, and that is going into right here on my audio interface, my quad Cortex, which is output 3. Okay, so that's the routing setup right now. Now, one thing you're going to need to make sure to do, make sure that it's mic and not instrument. So for those of you who have a different audio interface, just make sure that it's not set to like instrument. Okay, so that's all the routing right now. And then make sure you fire up your power amp, and then you're going to get kind of like a hum going. And then right over here, hopefully you can hear that. That lets you know that the mics are working. Just don't tap on those very hard. Okay, so that is your routing. And now I'm going to take you to what's going on the computer. Okay, so I want to show you the program that I'm using. It's a free one, so make sure you take a look on the internet. It's Wave Arts, and it's called IR Capture, and it was just really straightforward, easy for me to use, and I don't know, I really liked it. I was having trouble with IR Capture for space design for Logic Pro, and this one was the best one that I found. So what I'm going to do is open it up, and first thing is to make sure that you label your IR however you want, and make sure that you send it to the correct place that you want, so you can find it later. These are just the settings that worked for me and got the best results. Go to audio settings. Now you want to make sure that your interface is selected for output and input. So this could be like a Focusrite or universal audio, whatever it is, okay? So for me, I have my mics coming out of the mixer into input 1. So I'm selecting dry input right here. And then it's TRS output from my quad Cortex into the back of my power amp, okay? This is pretty typical for IRs to shoot in 1024, the buffer size, or I think it's 2048. I'm just doing 1024 right now. But what you're going to want to do, first, make sure you turn on your power amp. It's going to get a little hissy right now, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and take you through the process. All right, so the power amp is turned on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click test right here, and you'll hopefully hear something happening right here. If you get that, you have input and output. So take a look at these meters right here. Oh, never mind. Those are not going to work right now. So going back here, make sure you have wave 24-bit. Now what I'm going to do is want to make sure that I'm not getting any sort of clipping in the signal chain. So looking at my mixer, when I hit this test button, everything's in the green. Looking at the Gemini power amp, everything is in the green as well. Absolutely no clipping, not even going into the yellow. Okay, now ready to create the IR. So what I'm going to do is hit start. I highly recommend either being in a different room than this or using ear protection, because the sweep signal is going to hurt your ears. So right now I have some earplugs in. I am in the room, and here we go. All right, and it created the IR for me. So click OK. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to quad Cortex control and show you the outcome of this impulse response and how it sounds. All right, now it's time to listen back to how the new IR sounds, and maybe I'll demo some of the IRs that I have already made as well, some different cabs. Now again, this is just using my quad Cortex, but you can use this with a bunch of different IR loader, amp modeler style units. So let's go into quad Cortex control. I'm going to build out a quick preset using my Michael Heirloom SX. Shout out to them. This is amazing guitar. Had this for now over a year. It's been my main capturing guitar. So good. All right, let's go over here. So since this is a Fender style IR, I'm going to start with, let's go with something like a twin, and that's going to kind of get us in the ballpark-ish of the amp that's in the closet, the Fender Dual Professional, okay? And what I'll do is I'll also compare it to my Dual Professional capture as well. Oops. So let's go ahead and select. So you're gonna have to get it into your directory of IRs, which I have right here. So for any amp modeler, like if you get a preset, I know that a common thing is a lot of people upload or import the preset and then it sounds really like DI sounding, kind of like that. And it's because the IR can't be loaded in to the preset. You have to load it in separately. So make sure you do that. All right, going down here to the one we just captured. And now let's take a listen. Yeah, this one sounds really good. Something really cool that you can do with IRs is just have a bunch of different adjustments like high pass, low pass, and you can give it a little bit of width to it with some pre-delay. And then I like to give mine a little bit of a room mix. Sounds really good, but let's go ahead and keep that off for now. Going to do this. Let's go to amp right here and make a few little adjustments. Check out the levels. Good. All right, now I'm gonna load in one of my captures. And this is the Fender Dual Professional. Same mic combination. I'm gonna set these to scenes. Turn these guys off, and then for scene B, we'll go with the new IR. So scene A, let's make sure we have good level here. Bump it up just a little bit. Brighten this up just a touch. Now the point is not to really compare these, but just kind of for funsies right now. And let's add some reverb. Now this particular amp has reverb in the front. So let's go with this. It is pretty chirpy with the type of kind of boing it has. So let's go ahead and turn this down just a little bit. And let's go ahead and add a drive in here. I'm gonna throw in some sort of TS10. Let's go a version 2, this guy right here. sounding super good. Really like how this one turned out. Now let's go ahead and give it some room level too. And then for the capture, I'm gonna throw in, let's do ambience block right here. And let's turn that guy down. And put this on a scene. Sounds super good. All right, there you go. That is kind of the beginner's guide to creating an impulse response for a guitar cabinet. And this one is going to be in my website under the products page for some IRs. And these are going to be compatible with any IR loader. Right now I have JMod as well. So actually, let's go ahead and check out the JMod and a vBoutique. So vBoutique, it's kind of a 2-rock style. JMod. So they all kind of have a little bit different flavor, some with more low end, some with more mid-range, but there you go. Those are part of the bundle as well, but hit up johnconcheroguitar.com. Hope you got something out of this video. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Take care.